Hello and welcome to Programming with Adam, and in this video we will be looking at more LeetCode problems. So the next one is count and say. So you take input is n, so that could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, and output are these strings. So let's just look at what will be the case for the next one, number 6. So right now I have nothing, right? And so what will be, how do we find number 6? Well, so the first thing is to find for n equals to 5. So that will be like, let's call the number, let's call it past. And that will be then this one here. All right. Okay, and then what you do is you do a for loop for a number in past. So I guess past is a string, so right, because we are outputting a string. Yeah. Okay. So the first one would be right. The first number is 1. So in past. So find. So for index 0, we have the number is 1, and we do nothing. We really don't do anything. Like for now index equals to 1 or 1, we also have num, and then for index equals to 2, we have that number is also 1, and we also do kind of nothing. But then when we reach 3, something is happening, right? Because now we have number 2, so that's different, right? So whoa, what to do? Okay, so basically we need to know that we have 3 ones, 3 ones. All right, 3 times 1. So we have to keep track of, like, for every time we get through that one, we are kind of adding 1 to some sort of length. So maybe let length be yeah, length be 3. So length is 0. So length is 0. And then for each time we're just adding 1 to 1 update length. All right, update length. So now it's 1 and so on, and 2 and 3. So I guess we do need to right. So so maybe we actually set number to be the the first of the past, right? The first one, and that's 0, like that. And then because then if we know a note past for loop. Okay, so this has to go outside of the for loop. So we are doing some indexing here, right? So length, this is really length of ones, one initially, right? So we have 0, okay, and so this will initially be the 1, right? Like that. Okay, and then we go through the first index 0. The number is a 1, and so on. So, well, why do we do nothing? Well, we have to. If num is the same as okay, so like current, right? It's current. Then we're just updating, right? We're not doing anything. And so we're just doing, again, it's just updating length and updating length 3. So now it's current, which is by the way 1, right? And so on and so on. Okay, so now we are again looking, because now it's the number we are looking at is 2, so it's different from current. So what do we do? So there are a couple of things we do, right? So first, we have some kind of let's say final result. Definition as the empty string, right? So that could be result. We would then basically add now how many do we have? We have length. So 3 current. So we have to add that in the front. So we are basically adding 3 ones to the empty string. All right. Okay, and yeah, so and then index is 4. Index 4, the number is now 2 is 2 again. Oh yeah, so there is a little bit more to do, right? Because now if we have to update current, so it has to be 2, and then update length. So at this point we will be having a length 1. So that's just num, and update length is just 1. Okay, and then we see, right? So because the next one is the same 2, so then we are actually in this position here, kind of. So we are looking at index 4, right, which is the second 2, and then that will be number 2, and they're the same, so we update length now to be 2, and current is now 2, right, and then finally we are doing the index 5, which is the last one. So that we'll be getting the number 6. Sorry, the number is 1. So it's different from current. So again, we have to result. Result is add length plus current. So it will be 3 plus 1. And then plus. Oh, so it's wrong. We have a result at the beginning. And then we add. So here we'll be adding the result. And then we have the length, which is 2 2's. All right, and then we update current, which is now number 1, and we update length 1, and then at the end, when we are done with the loop, we still need to do an update. So the final result is one more. This result is result plus a 1 1, which is the num lem plus which is the length plus number. Okay, so that's the idea, and so let's just program that. So we set result to be the empty string, and then length to be 0, and then the current should just be past of 0. So we need to find past, which is recursively calling that one, since we're in a so n-1. Okay, and then we can do the for loop, I think. So for number in past, if number equals to current, then what we're doing, we're simply updating the length. So then equals to length plus 1. Okay, and then else So that will actually mean that, oh yeah, we should, no, yeah. Else, if, so there is all the other things if it's not, right? So if they're different, then update the result. Then the result is result plus length plus the number. So like three fives, and then that wouldn't quite work, right? Because we have an integer here, so maybe a string like that. Okay, and then we have to update length, which is then 1, and we got the current, which is now just num, and that's, yeah, that's basically it. And then after the for loop is done, just update the result, and that's what we return result. Okay, roughly. So not sure if that works 100%, but let's just run it. Yeah, okay, there are a couple of problems. Let me just look at it for a while. So, okay, so one thing I didn't, so there are there's a lot of stuff, like first of all, tabulation is terrible. So let's just more careful about that. Okay, so one thing, if n is 1, return. We should just return the string 1. So that's just the start case. Length. Yeah. Okay. So let's try to run that. Invalid syntax. Okay. String. Let's use an F string. So result. How do we do this? str length. Why is it complaining? Length is a string. Is there an F string? We can. can simply write things like that. That'll work. Result length num. Why doesn't it work? F string. Okay, so this is, they're all variables. So these are just all variables, so we really need to state them as that. That's the mistake. Okay, so that's our F string. And we'll do the same thing here. And let's try to run that. Okay. Length. So why do we have 111? What is it? We applied it to 1 by 1, and we apply it to 2. And 1 1, yes, 3. 2 1s, 4. Shouldn't be 1 1. It should be, so 3 is not working properly. 2. So the first number is a 2, and we're checking if the first number is 1. Should get a 1 2. 1 2 number. Current is 1 1. Okay, so just looking at it, maybe I found it. So it's not none, it's current. We should put in here. $21. Okay, and now let's try 5. Yes, oh, so I still have, I did some tracking along the way. Let's get rid of that. 6. Okay, so idea is pretty simple, but it's easy to make mistakes. Anyway, there it is. So let's run code. And it didn't run. Submit. Oh, okay, so I have a mistake here because it's a class, so it's, I have to include a self. So submit. Okay, so at least with respect to space usage, you can see it is ideal, 99.97%. So that is really happy, and I would just try to see if I can get it to run a little bit faster as well. But I will keep that in mind, that it is a 99.7 speed. Okay, so submit. Okay, so just running it one more time. Got me 98.97, so I will be happy with that.